From the original 40-man raids with the tank and spank boss fight mechanics to the 10-man heroic raid with the complex strats, we count down the top 10 raids of all time. Number 10, Sunwell Plateau, a raid from the Burning Crusade located in the Isle of Quel'Danas. It has a total of 6 boss fights. It was a 25-man raid for level 70 players. This raid was designed with a Blood Elf theme. The final boss killed Jaden, who, as you fight him, is being summoned through a portal by Kel'Thuz's Sunstrider, and was the final raid for the Burning Crusade expansion. Number 9, Trial of the Crusader, a raid from Wrath of the Lich King expansion pack located in Icecrown, with a total of 5 bosses. It has both 10 and 25-man raids as well as heroic mode. Players needed to be level 80. The final boss in the instance was Anubarak, who was hiding under the arena that gives way after the Lich King appears and smashes the floor. This raid was especially unique as it has no trash and was considered by players at the time to be a loot fest. Number 8, Naxxramas, a raid that was introduced twice, in the original game and in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. Its final resting place is Dragonblight, housing a whopping 15 bosses split between 5 different wings. Plague, Construct, Arachnid, and Military are the 4 that you need to unlock the final Frostworm wing. The final boss being Kel'Thuzad. Unlike many other raids, players can complete the wings in any order they wish, the final one opening once the previous 4 are completed. Number 7, Karazhan, a raid introduced in the Burning Crusade expansion pack. Located in the Deadwind Pass, it has 12 boss fights, a 10-man raid with the final boss being Prince Malchezaar. When it was first introduced, Karazhan had an elaborate attunement process which required a number of quests to be completed prior to obtaining entry. However, this has since been removed. The castle has an eerie feel to it with hidden chambers, huge rooms, and also has a chess battle which everyone should complete at least once. Number 6, Onyxia's Lair. Introduced in the original game, located in Duskwallow Marsh, this raid has 1 boss, a level 60 raid requiring 40 people. This instance had an attunement questline which has since been removed. Onyxia's Lair was introduced again later in Wrath of the Lich King expansion pack. Although still remembered as being one of the better boss fights around, this was the second raid implemented into the game, Onyxia being the sister to Nefarian and the daughter of Deathwing. Number 5, Blackwing Lair, a raid from the original game, located in Blackrock Mountain. It has 8 sequential boss fights, with the end boss being Nefarian. It was a level 60 raid that required 40 people. This instance also had an attunement questline which has since been removed. During the final boss fight, Nefarian would shout out a class and they would have to react accordingly, making it a little more interactive and one of the reasons why people loved this raid. Number 4, Black Temple, a 25-man raid introduced in the Burning Crusade for level 70s. It has a total of 8 bosses, including Illidan Stormrage, the final boss of the instance. This instance had an attunement questline which has since been removed. The entrance to the instance is an unsuspecting crack in the wall which leads you into a massive citadel where you walk up broken pipelines, ride through training fields, and are ridiculously long pathways to bosses having to deal with massive amounts of trash mobs. This instance is also responsible for the popular catchphrase, "You are not prepared." Number 3, Molten Core, one of the original raids located in Blackrock Mountain. It has 10 bosses, the final boss being Ragnaros. It was a 40-man raid for level 60s. This instance had an attunement questline which has since been removed. It's a huge raid with a fiery feel to it. It's rumoured that if you walk up to the lava behind Golmag that you're able to see Ragnaros hiding. Number 2, Ulda, a raid introduced in Wrath of the Lich King expansion. This is a level 80 raid. 10 and 25-man raids that has 14 bosses in total, including optional bosses. This raid introduced hard modes to the game. During boss fights, you could complete a specific task for more and better loot, or continue with killing bosses and get a lesser reward. The final boss is Yogg-Saron, an old god. This is a huge raid that has multiple different zones to it, including a floral, machinery, snow, and a shadow area. Nearly the entire instance is based off Norse mythology, adding an extra little bit of fun to it. Number 1, taking the crown for the top spot is the one and only Icecrown Citadel. a raid also introduced in Wrath of the Lich King expansion. This level 80, 10 and 25 man raid has 12 bosses housed within 5 wings, the final boss being the Lich King himself. Each of the boss fights felt completely different and unique. One boss fight, you're flying in an airship and then you're battling a mad professor and his slimes. The storyline was so rich that many players connected with it, and it felt like a continuation of Warcraft 3 that was released before World of Warcraft. Thanks for watching the top 10 countdown. Let us know in the comment section below what you think, and have your say on the next countdown by visiting MGNWow.com website. Be sure to subscribe if you already haven't, and we'll see you in the next video.